those who have done good things to the restoration of life. So basically,
If
Jesus was just a man, brother.
Look, the important thing.
Jesus was just a man,
Yeah, go on.
if Jesus was just a man, brother, the things that he was claiming would be idolatry. It would be blasphemy, because Jesus was basically saying, listen, it's like me saying, I'm only a man, I'm a human being, I sin, but I can do whatever God can do.
Yeah.
I can resurrect, I can give life, I can resurrect the dead, I can forgive
Why didn't he
sins.
just say he was God? If he's capable
Because-
of doing all
why?
that,
That's a good question.
why didn't he just say,
It's a
I am
good
God?
question. That's a good
Because
question.
many
That's a good
Christians
question.
actually give this reason that the reason he did not say that is that because he would be killed instantly. If that was the case, why didn't the Jews kill him instantly?
The
then?
reason why he didn't go around saying, I am God, worship me, brother, because for a first century Jew, that would have meant that he was claiming to be God the Father.
Why?
Because
Why would they think that?
Yahweh was like a father to his creation, to the Yahweh himself says, Israel, you are my firstborn.
No, I know they believe that Yahweh was
Okay.
the Father. Even Jesus
So-
believed that. Jesus said to
he had to differentiate.
you know,
himself,
Jesus
brother.
said to Mary Magdalene, I go to my Father and
Your Father, your God, my God.
my God. What does my God mean?
Yes,
When
because
Jesus says, "My God," what does it mean?
Relationship. He had a relationship from eternity
What,
past, brother.
what kind of relationship did he have with his God?
Father and son, brother.
No, that was in the first when he says my Father. He says two things. He says my Father and then he says my God.
My God and
My
your
Father,
God.
wait. My Father, that relationship I understand. It's a father-son relationship.
Yes.
So what is the second relationship where he says my God?
My God and your God.
What does it mean my God? When Jesus says my God, remember Jesus is fully God.
We know
He's
why.
fully
We
God.
know why.
I didn't ask you why. I'm asking you what is the understanding of your
My
relationship?
understanding, because
It was an example, man. That's
it's
that's why you don't
God,
understand
God,
it.
God. Let me try again.
When he says my
Yahweh.
God, what does it mean?
Yahweh is God of all flesh. Okay.
What do you mean God? How many gods are there?
Yahweh
How many gods are there?
is one God.
One
Don't answer.
No, but I want to understand. When you say Yahweh is the God of all flesh,
Let me bring you back to the topic of this conversation, brother. It's not about the Trinity. We agree that we're not talking about the Trinity. We're talking about the concept of John 5:30 and why Jesus didn't know the last hour. Those are two topics which we are not the Trinity.
you're struggling
nor
with
that.
John 5:30 because John 5:30 clearly says, "I can of myself do nothing." Even after, let's say, look, even if Jesus said that he has the attributes similar to that of the Father, he does similar to things that what God would do and no one else could do. At the end, it destroys your argument when he says these words, "I can by myself do nothing."
Of
It
course.
destroys
You know
your
why?
argument.
Because he was a human, had a human brain. That's
Yeah.
why.
Was he God
He
at
had
that
a human
time?
brain.
Listen, brother.
Was he only human or
Listen,
God as
bro.
well?
He was connected.
Yeah.
He was connected.
Brother, so listen.
I can
So
intervene. Why not?
I explain to you the context of John 5:30, brother, in
No,
which
it's here.
John, Jesus is claiming divine attributes only attributed to God. Whether or not you want to believe that or not, based on the fact that Jesus cannot do anything by himself,
Doesn't
or
sound
that
like
he's
God
a
to
man, that's completely your.
If anyone tells me that God
That's-
says
that's your
I can
priority,
of myself
brother.
do nothing, I will say that is not God because
Okay.
no God would say that he cannot do anything.
Okay.
Even you cannot say that as a human being that I can do nothing.
Okay.
I mean, this just
we
shows
already-
that
I think
Jesus,
we-
Jesus Christ himself is trying to tell you that there is someone of a higher authority without whose permission I can do nothing. Okay? I think we are going in circles with
We're
John
going in circle,
5:30.
yeah, we're
Let's
in
go to
circle.
the next verse, which is the Mark 13:32.
Mark 30, or the
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, you wanna
the
move
last
to
hour.
that? Yeah.
Let's move to that. Let's
Let's
move
go
to
there.
that. Let's move last hour. Okay. The second point that my brother Hashim likes to use.
40 minutes here, guys.
Oh, okay. So it's the last point.
It's been 40 minutes already. Seriously.
The last.
High five when you're having fun.
Exactly. Yeah. So the last point that my brother Hashim likes to use in order to disprove the deity of Jesus is that he wasn't all knowing, because Jesus didn't know the last hour.
And the Holy Spirit as well.
We are going to talk about Jesus.
No, we're going to talk about both.
No, we're going
If
to
you're
talk
going to
about.
bring the verse, I'm going to take the whole thing in context.
Okay, all. Okay, okay. I got the truth and I got nothing to hide. So let's address that.
Good. So go on.
During his ministry, will you agree that Jesus was using parables when
Yes,
he
he
was, for
was.
example, he was, wasn't it? Okay.
He was.
So the last days, Jesus was comparing it to a Jewish wedding where everybody will know it's happening. You know, it was the community will know it's happening, and it was a big event. And
Where is the wedding in that? Is it in that context or is it somewhere else?
no, I'm explaining to you why Jesus didn't know the last hour based on the biblical passage where he says only the Father knows.
No, the passage about the wedding, is it in the same chapter or is it different chapter or different thing?
But I'm explaining to you.
No, but I want to know
what
where it
he
is.
meant.
So because I want you to bring the context within what Jesus is saying,
Yeah,
not something in a completely different book. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Go on.
that's what I told you. Jesus was comparing it to a Jewish wedding. Okay, at the time, brother, it was a big event, like today. The wedding was a big event. The father of the groom, brother, was responsible for the main organization of the wedding, which included obviously the food. There was no fridge at the time, so they had to obviously prepare the food well in advance, all the animals and stuff. Plus, the father of the groom will also have to build an extra space in the house for the newlyweds. So out of respect and out of courtesy, they gave the father of the groom the right to announce the wedding, right? Because of the fact that he was organizing the whole wedding, making the extra room in the house, and so on. Which means that the bride and the groom would have known the date, but out of respect, they will give the authority to the father to announce the wedding. That's what Jesus meant by saying only the father knows, because he was comparing it to a Jewish wedding. So of course he would have known.
Where is this Jewish wedding passage? Show me.
He would have known.
Show me this passage. Where is it?
He would have known. I'm just explaining you the context of that.
No, show me where is this. Where did you get this story from?
Where I get the story from? I get the story from the biblical scholars. I don't know the
So
names
it's not
at
in the
the
Bible.
moment.
So it's not in the Bible.
No, it's not in the Bible.
Okay,
it's not in the Bible.
So how do you know
but
this context?
That's why
Wait. I want to know.
through
How do you
scholars,
link the
biblical
context?
scholars, brother.
That's fine, biblical scholars or whatever scholars. I want to know, how do you know that this is what Jesus meant? Do you know what Jesus' intention was? Do you know his mind? Do you know God's mind?
Brother, I have explained to you that it was biblical scholarship, that this interpretation has been unpacked
But
and
how?
interpreted.
I want to know how you make the
Because
connection.
it makes sense.
You can't just
makes
bring up
sense.
some story and say this is what Jesus meant. I want to know, based on the Bible, how do you connect that story of the wedding, or the Jewish wedding, to that what Jesus said? Jesus said very clearly, yes, no one knows the hour. Not the angels in heaven, not the Son. So when he says,
the Son,
not the
only
Son
the Father.
except, or only the Father.
Only the Father.
Yes. When he says, only the Father knows, was Jesus telling the truth?
Only the Father, of course, but he was comparing it to a Jewish wedding.
No.
He would
I don't buy
he
this
would have
Jewish
known
wedding
that.
thing because not in the Bible, first and foremost. Secondly, I want to
the
know,
prerogative,
even if it was by the scholars, I want to know how they link it to this passage.
Yeah.
Because nowhere in that passage that I've read, there's any mention of any wedding. Okay, so what you're doing there is just trying to basically build up some cock and bull story just to link the two and try to make some sense of
That's
it.
why at the beginning of the conversation I said, was Jesus using parables during his ministry? You said yes.
Parable has a meaning. It doesn't mean a Jewish wedding.
Well, he was comparing it to a Jewish
No,
wedding. brother.
that's your understanding. I'll tell you what, you can have a valid point if you tell me where you can actually link this in the Bible. But you're saying it's not even from the Bible. It's from outside the Bible. Now the important thing is this. When Jesus says he does not know the hour, are you saying he knew it?
He knew
And
it.
yet he said he didn't know the hour.
He
So
knew it.
Jesus
Only-
deliberately
only the
lied.
Only the Father knows.
Are you saying Jesus was deliberately telling lies? That he knew the hour, yet he said he didn't know the hour.
Well, he was giving all authority to the Father based on
When you know something-
listen, I know what you're telling me, bro.
Yeah.
You basically try to force doubts whether Jesus was lying, was saying that he didn't know the hour when he knew the hour.
Force doubts? I don't have to force doubts. This is what Jesus says in the Bible, that he did not know the hour. You're the one who wants to put a spin to it and say, yes, he didn't know the hour, yet he lied and said he didn't know the hour.
Okay.
You're making Jesus look in a very, very bad light there by saying that he was being dishonest and knowing the hour, yet he's saying I didn't know the hour.
Okay, did Jesus ever say, me and the Father are one?
In what context?
Did Jesus ever say? Did
Yeah, he
Jesus
said
say
that in John 10.
Thank you.
John
Thank
10.
you. So by saying that only the Father knows, he is putting himself with the Father there because he and the Father are one.
One in what?
He-
That's the reason I ask you in what context. In John 10:30, when he says
One.
the Father
One
and I
in
are
spirit.
one. No,
One in
no,
spirit,
it can
one
be
in
one in
essence,
purpose.
one in purpose.
Yeah, one
That's
in
why the
purpose.
Jews wanted to kill
So
him,
why-
brother,
why
because
do
he was
you-
making himself equal with God.
Wait. He was not equal to God because he did not know the hour. Unless you're telling me Jesus was telling
Brother,
lies.
so
then.
the Jews must have been crazy for trying to kill him, brother.
No,
Because
the
when-
Jews
because
give the
Jews-
reason why they tried to kill him.
Yeah, because
If
he
you
was
want to go to that
blaspheming,
passage,
brother. He was blaspheming.
Yeah,
Jesus
why-
was blaspheming,
No.
first of all. According
was
to the
Jesus
Jews,
blaspheming or this is what the Jews said?
according to the Jews,
Yeah.
Jesus was blaspheming.
Exactly,
because he
according
was
to them.
According to
You're
them.
right, yes.
Right. Because he was making himself equal with God.
That's what their
He-
claim was.
Yes,
Yes. And what
exactly.
did Jesus respond to that? Read the
was-
next passage,
yeah.
John 10:34, where he says, yes, that the scriptures cannot be broken. He points you to Psalms 6:30. Psalms 8. I forgot the verse even now. Psalms 82:6, that's the one. Yes? He's trying to say that they were called gods. He's pointing to the elders, the judges. Yes? He says they were called gods, and all I say is I am God's son.
Yeah.
He did not claim to be God. He's saying he's basically telling that he's just like those people were called gods. I'm saying I'm God's son. I'm not calling myself even God, but I'm just saying I'm God's son. And he did not claim equality with God. So basically that blasphemy.
So what you're doing
Wait,
now,
wait, wait,
brother,
wait.
You are dismissing
JC,
John
JC,
5:16.
Wait a minute.
John
Let me finish
5:20,
the passage.
Because that's what
Just
you're doing,
because he said my father and I are one, it doesn't mean that they both are equally God. No. It just shows that
Yes,
they had
no,
the
yes,
same, what do you say, the same
Essence.
purpose. No essence. They didn't even have the same essence. Okay?
Yes. Brother,
One
listen,
was
like I
one
said,
had a
actually,
body,
you
the
don't
other
have-
didn't
you
have
don't-
a
you don't
body.
have
It's
to
not the
believe
same
it, brother.
essence.
But throughout this, I mean, Isaiah chapter 9 says, a son will be given, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. And that was Jesus Christ.
When was he called Eternal Father?
I just told you, Isaiah.
No,
chapter
Isaiah was a
9.
prophecy. I'm asking you, when was he called Eternal Father? Is Jesus
When-
the Father or is he the Son?
Eternal Father, Prince of Peace.
Yeah. Did Jesus
All of
come for
that.
peace, by the way? Did Jesus come to bring peace?
So now you're going to use a parable to say that he didn't come to bring peace, but to set man against
I'm-
brother.
I'm asking you, what
That-
did Jesus say? Did Jesus say, I've come to bring peace? Or did he say, I've not come to bring peace, but the sword? Yes?
The
So
sword.
they-
What that means,
there
bro,
you go.
you will know what that means,
The
brother?
Prince of Peace, he did not come
What
to
that,
bring peace.
what that means, brother, is that to be
That's
a
an
Christian,
irony.
to be a Christian is not going to be easy because you're going to be hated, you're going to be persecuted, and that's exactly what happened to the disciples after Jesus' ascension. That they were persecuted
My
and
friend,
they
look-
were killed.
look here. All prophets
that's
were
the context of the
Listen,
of
all
what-
prophets
of
were
the
persecuted,
sword.
and many were killed even by the same Jewish people. Yes?
Yes.
This is also mentioned in the Bible.
Yes.
And is also mentioned in the Islamic primary sources.
Yes.
Now what I'm saying is this. Why would you consider Jesus to be God when he himself is saying that I go to my God?
Because he's the Son of God.
No, he said I go to my God. So you're saying the Son of God has a God?
Because you are your mentality, brother. You are Unitarian. That's why you don't grasp it, brother.
No, it's not my mentality. That is Jesus speaking, not me.
Because,
that
yes,
is Jesus.
he
So
said-
you explain to me from a Trinitarian angle that why would a God have a God?
Galatians says that the fullness of God resides in Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and what does
the
that
fullness
mean?
of the Godhead. Sorry.
What does it mean?
It means that he is the visible image of the invisible God.
So if he's fully God, why does he not know the hour? Why does he die like a mortal?
I already told you because
What?
he was comparing it to a Jewish wedding.
And that is not in the Bible. I've already told you.
Okay, listen, it's based on biblical scholars. You don't have to
They
believe
can
it,
look.
brother.
In order for biblical scholars to harmonize things, they can bring up story of a Jewish wedding where the father only knows when the wedding date is, even though the bride and the groom know it. You're trying to imply that Jesus actually knew the hour, yet he said he didn't know the hour. You're trying to make Jesus into being basically insincere and telling a lie.
How?
Why? Because if you know something and you say I don't know, isn't that a lie?
Okay, but he is one
Answer
with
my
God.
question. Answer my question. If you know something and you say I don't know, for example, if I ask you, where did you park your car? Yes, I want to ride with you, and you tell me no, I did not bring a car
Like-
today.
yeah, like-
wait. Hear me out.
like-
Hear me out.
like
hear
the-
me out.
like a
Hear me
previous
out.
discussion,
Hear me out.
Hashim,
Hear me out.
you
Answer
know,
my
when,
question.
When we
When-
spoke about this last
Yeah,
time,
when I'm
and I
asking-
answered you, and I said like
No, you
he
didn't
had
answer.
limitations because he was a human being, and
You just said he was fully God now. What do you mean he had limitations?
Now,
is he fully God or is
now-
he limited
it-
God? Which one is he?
He set aside the glory that he had with the Father. So
Was he
became
fully
about
God
seven.
or was he limited
So
God?
now you know what you're doing right now, brother.
I'm not doing it. You're the one doing it.
It's now you are using red herrings,
What
changing the
red
topic.
herrings? You brought a Colossians
Changing the
2:9
topic.
in which it says, in Jesus, in his flesh, the fullness of the glory of God resides. Did he not mention that verse?
In Galatians.
Yes. Sorry, not Galatians. That's Colossians. That's
Galatians.
Colossians 2:9. Yeah, that's what it's mentioned. And this is what it says. If he was fully God, why did he not know the hour?
And I told you already, he knew the hour, but he was comparing it to the Jewish wedding, where the father of the groom would be giving all respect and authority to announce the wedding.
So-
Although everybody, the groom and the bride, would have known the date, but because
Okay, let me ask you this.
because the father was organizing the wedding, building an extra room for the bride, for the newlyweds, for that reason, he was giving the respect to announce the wedding.
You know,
brother.
using your example of the bridegroom and the bride who knew the hour. Imagine if somebody asked the bridegroom, "Do you know when the wedding date is?"
Yes.
And he says, "No, I don't know." Would he be telling a lie?
Only the Father knows.
Yes. Would he be telling a lie if he knew the hour and he says, I don't know the time of the wedding? Would he be telling a lie?
If you look at our context, yeah. Our context, that would be.
No, in the context, I gave you the context. The context is this: one of the guests comes to them. Yeah. What? Because I think his battery's run out.
Okay.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that if somebody asks the bridegroom, when is the wedding, and the bridegroom says, I don't know when the wedding is he telling a lie? In that context, is he telling a lie?
You can look at it. You can look at it from that like that. Like it could be. It may appear like he's lying.
He's lying.
Yeah.
There's no ifs and buts about it. He is absolutely lying
But
when
I
he
already
says,
explained
I
to
don't
you
know
that he
I don't know when
was
the
giving
wedding.
the respect,
I don't know when the wedding date
and
is.
the-
When he actually
and
knows the wedding date.
authority to the Father, no?
You see, now you're just waffling now. I'm sorry
No,
to say
no,
this.
no, it's not
This is
waffling.
nothing. This is
Because-
nothing but an absolute lie. When you know the time of the wedding and you say, I don't know the time of the wedding. This is nothing more
Brother,
than a lie.
I already explained to Hashim that Jesus and God are one.
No, they
right?
aren't. Jesus
Okay, he
says.
doesn't want to believe that.
Jesus says, by
And then
myself
Jesus
I can
said,
do nothing.
and then Jesus said, "No, the angels, only the Father knows."
Yeah.
So by saying,
Oh, yeah, by the
saying
way,
only the
I
Father
thought-
knows, he put himself above the angels. So I mean, that red herring is squashed. Right
But he
there,
puts
brother.
himself lower than the Father. He says the Father only knows. I don't know.
But he and the Father are one, brother.
No, but how can they be one when one knows?
You can spin the.
Actually, you're the one doing all the spinning. I'm the one telling. I'm the
opposed
one
out.
quoting the Bible and saying the Father is saying. Sorry, Jesus is saying only the Father knows. By the way, did the Holy Spirit know the hour?
As you say on the passage on the Bible, it doesn't make it clear in the Bible.
The passage says only the Father.
Yeah.
What does only the Father mean? Does it mean all the three, or does it mean only the
Okay,
Father?
we went through last time.
No,
as
I want to
well,
go this time as well.
and,
Because you
I
brought this up
already-
today, so I want to
explained
go
that
with this
you,
again
my
today.
brother.
No, you
so
did
like
not.
I said, listen, he was comparing it to a Jewish wedding, brother. Whether or not you want to believe it or not,
Did
that's
the Holy
entirely up
Spirit
to
know
you.
the hour?
And that's it.
Okay,
brother.
goodbye then. I know you don't like to take that point, but anyway. All right, Jesse,
Next
nice
time,
try.
next time, hey brother.
You know, he came back with 2 verses that he wanted
Next
to
time,
read. He just dug
this guy
himself into a
promised me-
deeper hole
this
now.
guy promised me that we were going to debate the prophethood of Muhammad, and not yet.
Did you discuss
still?
that with somebody already?
No,
The prophethood
no.
of Muhammad.
No.
Next time.
Okay.
Next time,
Make,
next Sunday.
make
we'll
sure you know
talk
the Quran and the Hadith better than the Bible, yeah?
Remember the names for the
JC. That's it, bro.
Is that Jesus Christ, yeah?
Juan Carlos, JC.
Juan
Yeah.
Carlos. It's from Peru, is it?
Peru, yeah.
From Peru. The man from Peru.
Okay, brother, look after
All right,
yourself.
take care, man. Thanks for your time.
Okay, bro.